بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the beneficial, the compassionate, and peace and blessings be upon Muhammad and the sons of Muhammad. A very important lesson to be learned from Karbala is that the battle between Imam Hussein and the Umayyad regime was a battle between a party which believes in a spiritual family against a party which believes in a family which restricts to biological roots. If we look at the roots of Imam Hussein, we're going to obviously witness that he has the genes of Prophet Muhammad, the genes of Abraham, the genes of Fatima al-Zahra, the genes of the commander of the faithful, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Overall, his family on a biological level was much better than the family of Yazid ibn Muawiyah, who's rooted down to a family with limited social status, unacceptable social status, etc., etc. However, in the Battle of Karbala, Imam Hussein's family was not just his brothers, not just his household, but also others who believed in a spiritual family. Others who believed that their role was to abide by the truth, stand with justice, and fight against oppression. It is said that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has called upon his companions to a meeting, and he claimed in that meeting that there are no companions who are more loyal than his companions. Even the companions of the Holy Prophet, some of them were very loyal, but others were not. While with Imam Hussein, there was a different test, and the test was much harder. If you become a companion of Imam Hussein, you would face a regime which would attempt to brutally kill you. And that's why a lot of people might be your companions when you're not at war. But when you're at war, and when you need to sacrifice your blood, and when you need to sacrifice whatever you have for a sacred cause, over here it's very hard to support the truth, and it's very hard to be a companion of a person who's willing to stand by justice, fight oppression, whatever the results are. And this is what happened exactly to the army of Imam Hussein. There wasn't an army actually. There were only 73 people who were fighting with Imam Hussein alayhi salam against a huge army with a lot of weaponry, with a lot of training, with a lot of tribes, with plenty of money, with unlimited financial support from the regime in Syria, the Umayyad regime from Yazid ibn Muawiyah, which was supporting, actually the army was fighting on behalf of Yazid ibn Muawiyah. So it's very natural for Yazid ibn Muawiyah to support his army financially. If we look at all these aspects, we're going to reach to one conclusion, that there was a spiritual family in Karbala, which were from different races, different tribes, different roots, different languages, which were originally from different languages, from different religions. One of the most important companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam was called Wahab. And Wahab was with his mum and with his recent wife. So Wahab was originally a Christian, but when he saw Imam Hussein and when he acknowledged that Imam Hussein alayhi salam resembles the truth, he stood next to Imam Hussein, even though he would be killed, even though he has to sacrifice whatever he has for the cause of standing with the just against an oppressive regime. Another example is John. John was originally a slave. John was black. John had unknown family roots. John was a person who was not rich at all. However, John believed in the message of Imam Hussein. He fought bravely in Karbala, and it is said that when John was in his final moments, Imam Hussein alayhi salam approached John and placed his cheek on the cheek of John. He kissed him and he said, "Who would be like you, O John? You will be received by the Holy Prophet, and you will be received by Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam." This shows us that the message of Imam Hussein is to eliminate discrimination which is based on race, based on your social status, based on your economic condition. This was very clear in the 73 companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. However, it was unclear in the army of Yazid, in the army of Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. Those armies were armies which were driven by materialistic goals. And that's why they were fighting for money, they were fighting for power, they were fighting for many different reasons which are definitely not connected to ethics, which are definitely not connected to humanitarian causes, which are definitely not connected to religion. Even though they might say Allahu Akbar, Allah is great, however, their true goal was connected to personal levels, and they didn't have any other goal besides reaching to power, reaching to money, and reaching to their selfish desires. Another example of Imam Hussein's attempt to eliminate social discrimination and to empower the idea of a spiritual family in front of the idea of a biological family is that the cousins of Abbas, the loyal brother of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, were on the other side of the battle. And the cousins of Abbas approached Abbas and offered him immunity. However, Abbas refused immunity. He wanted to stand beside Imam Hussein alayhi salam until the last moment. If we think of that sacrifice, and if we think of all the levels of sacrifice which were given in Karbala, we're going to reach to one conclusion, is that there was no discrimination in the eyes of Imam Hussein, all his followers, all they wanted to do is to tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how much they love him in their behavior, and they wanted him to witness that they're willing to sacrifice whatever they have for the cause of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah enlighten all our hearts with the love of Imam Hussein, and peace and blessings be upon Muhammad and the sons of Muhammad.